Now on to Volume 4 of Biohazard Zero Manhua, with a featured item of Jill Valentine. Is she going to be in this issue? Who knows? What are these things? Are they werewolves? They are werewolves. Boring notes here. Deep within this vast dense forest is a little known castle that's hidden even from the heavens above. There are many places in the world that are still a mystery to man. Within the property of Umbrella Castle, with a radius of 500 kilometers, and hidden within is something that even the Grim Reaper is terrified of: the Nest of Death. Previously, the fight between Billy Cohen and the Hunter R has caused Umbrella Train to crash into the Arkley Forest. While Billy has succeeded in killing the bioweapon, he and Rebecca Chambers would have to resume on foot to a destination, Umbrella Castle. Walking side by side, they saw that the smoky fog was getting thicker everywhere. "Billy, are you sure we're heading in the right direction?" Rebecca suddenly slipped and fell down a chasm. Rebecca! Thankfully the mountain pit wasn't too deep, but at the bottom was full of terrifying things. Ah! Bones! While these human remains were no longer alive, there are many things that still are. There's going to be rats again. On a century-old giant tree, many panthers lay clustered together, blending with increasing eerie fog. Welcome to the jungle. It's a bizarre thing to say. That's creepy. With Billy having just fought the Hunter R, how could he possibly be afraid of these feline beasts? While most ordinary animals are not to be feared. Here, kitty, come and get me. But upon closer inspection, the flesh of this panther is pestered with wild eyes and a savage dynamic, and not an evil breed of creature that can be dealt with head-on. On second thought, Rebecca, on a count of 3, then run. 1, 2, 3! Jesus, there's a lot of them. The two turned and ran, and thus the hunt was on. It's getting close. They would make it to the castle's front entrance. While running wildly and without direction, they would make it to the castle's front entrance. Come on! Snow! Before they were inside, a zombie panther lunged for Rebecca's neck, giving little time to react. No! Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. How about some bullets to fill you up? This dialogue's weird. Is it translation? I have no idea. Yes. Ha! Those bolts hold to keep them. Thud. Oh, maybe not. Before Billy could finish, he would witness the power of the zombie panthers as the sharp claws break through a door and injure Rebecca in the process. Oh, Rebecca. Even with its head blown apart, how is it possible that the zombie panther still fights on? Oh shit, come on. It was then that Billy suddenly heard other sounds and thought he had gone mad. Row. It was the sound of bones being torn. Their hearts calmed down, the silence is deafening. Seizing the zombie panther attack, Rebecca takes a peek through a door. Ah. Oh, it's this guy. He's pulling them apart. Wine. Wine. Ripping flesh echoed from outside, with a shadowed figure taking one of the more ferocious zombie leopards and drank its blood. The monster looked back, a mysterious expression that even he didn't know why he gave it. Well, that's weird. Then he claimed his prey and left quietly. We probably shouldn't go out. Yeah, well, thank God that thing didn't crash in. This old castle. Are we at the one that's owned by Umbrella? It has to be. Where the train continued its course, it would have crashed through this place. Maybe that was the point. What is this place? Maybe some secret domain of Umbrella's, but why is this place so empty? With the mysterious castle before him, Billy would have a unique sense of familiarity, like an air of caution in dangerous terrain. The urge to stay awake finally flees Rebecca. Damn, forgot about Rebecca's injury. Happened like 2 seconds ago. Judging from a bleeding wound by the zombie leopard, she needs immediate medical attention. There has to be some first aid supply somewhere. With that feeling of familiarity, Billy would follow his instincts to find medical supplies, and sure enough, he would find her a room. It's weird. The atmosphere in the room was gloomy, and its furnishings dated and odd, such as medical equipment from the 1940s and 50s, had a lifelike, animatically model on display, giving its occupants a sense of dread. But the strangest decor was a clove statue of a Japanese military officer, while behind it was a large mural, depicting a scene of a Kentai 731 assisting a research team on experiments with the Chinese during World War I, one of mankind's more deplorable moments in history. Why are you... Oh, okay, that's weird. Let's heal you up, Rebecca. You'll leave her there. Now to find the right supplies. Just as Billy turned around, the chair would come to life. It's the next villain. 4 clowns spot from the chair and restrained Rebecca. Kinky. That's what they're going to say to her. Moving backwards, the chair would retreat into a U-shaped space as a prelude to the castle's organs. Stop with all the weird nonsense. Billy would have never imagined that by his very hands would place Rebecca on an organ of death, separating the two of the wall of thick glass. No! Wham! Rebecca soon peered at the instruments of the doom. Okay, this is just bizarre. Seeing several buzzsaws extend from above, utilized to cut the chair's occupants to pieces. And blam 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 blam. Shit, bulletproof glass. The tension's rising and Billy's mind running blank. How could he possibly save Rebecca from danger? Suddenly he realized there's a working dial in the mural. That's typical from the games. Help me! Maybe there's some sort of clue in the art. That's it, the Japanese character. The year the dial is wrong. Could the key to cracking the mechanism be here? Putting his hand on the dial, Billy could rotate it to a different number, affirming his guess on the mechanism. Rebecca, do you know the year when the Kenta Unit 731 was stationed to China to conduct human experiments? Are you kidding me? There's no time. Tell me. Come on, it's 1941. Yeah, 41. And with a click, Billy would turn the numbers to the correct year. Click. Got it. But it wouldn't be enough to stop the buzzsaws as they moved closer to slicing Rebecca. They're still going. After turning to the correct year, a pathway opened from the mule. Who's this guy? Is that Billy? I don't know. Leading to a puzzle just depicting a giant footprint. But what could it mean? Billy needed to know. Ah, my arm! Rebecca, I need to know where on foot sole reflect the meridian of the arm. Don't know what it says. 5th metatarsal on the side, just below the pinky toe. Hearing Rebecca's answer, Billy took aim at the foot control mechanism, stopping the saw from cutting further into Rebecca's arm. This feels a bit like a saw now, as well. Rebecca would have never imagined that a seamlessly useless knowledge of foot massaging would save her life. Yeah, no one would. That's just weird. That did it. Rebecca would instruct Billy on the other parts to retract the other saws. The lower limbs are in the heel, chest is in the center, but it's so big, so many parts. Billy's last touch made the organ shoot out a poison spear. That's not it, Billy. Hit the fibular sesamoid center in this bit. Ping ping, at last the final buzzsaw retracted. The glass wall rose back up. Now clamps on Rebecca's limbs unlocked. Billy! That was too close. Come on, let's patch you up. Again. After a crisis, Billy would patch up Rebecca's injuries. So how did you know the mechanism was on the mural? It's strange, I had this sense of familiarity with the castle from the beginning. Maybe there's something I'm impressed about this place. So I'm going to try and find out. You realize that is the statue moving. A terrifying moment would occur. The anatomical mannequin from earlier could move, use its own intestines as garrote wire. where it would kill anyone breaking into the castle. It's quite big as well. I didn't specify that before. Tracking and navigating instruments are useless here, and no one knows what's hidden in the castle. Mainly because anyone who enters the area, neither their records nor their lives come back alive. It was tricky to goad Billy into the castle, but if he dies, there's no one left who can help me find where the Zombie King is. There's no other choice. If I want to enter that nest and retrieve Billy, I'll have to dispatch them. Death Squad, I think it says there. Death Squad. Under orders of the castle's master, a mysterious truck made its way to its front entrance. Shunk. The loading of heavy munitions was prominent. This death squad was secretly trained by the castle's master. Beneath the mask, no one knew who they were. Ooh, spooky. Are they alive? I don't know. I heard anyone who faced the death squad are as good as dead, and the unlucky survivors are doomed to joining them. How can a death squad this powerful be even controlled? Guess the master wants to end his dilemma through scorched earth. I'm guessing they are zombies. Whoosh! They're monsters. A Delta Squad of 4 quickly board the helicopter, with each team member bearing as an extension of death itself. Armed with this heavy artillery isn't scary enough. To say that would wipe out a city, much less a forest, would be dangerously credible. Let's go. So he's not a monster, then, since he can speak. One mustn't hesitate to send these elite into these deadly grounds, but to find Billy. Why is Billy so important? Aside from being bait, as the castle's master has said, there's a far deeper connection between the man with the scar and Billy Cohen. Well, I guess the brothers or clones. Meanwhile, Billy and Rebecca are ambushed by a surprise zombie attack. Rebecca, give me the knife. Billy, catch! But the knife was intercepted by the zombie's arm. No, and then raised its hands to hurl Billy into the air. Jesus. Wham. With Billy knocked down, how will Rebecca deal with this atomical horror? Will she just sit and wait? No. In front of the soldier section is an oriental katana. In the nick of time, Billy slashed off the zombie's arm. Billy's like indestructible, isn't he? Ah! Although, for this one critical move, Billy was ready to finish off his master zombie, but the zombie pressed a switch on a nearby pillar, opening a trapdoor beneath them. Clang! Plunging these two into the dark tunnel. Like Star Wars. After sliding for a long time, they saw the exit. Another room surrounded by cushions with a completely different atmosphere. The noise and smoke made them feel like they were approaching another crisis. What? Was this from the same? Is this from the same? Heavy metal music, leather whips, dripping candle wax. Wait. In the middle of it all, a kinky game of danger was being staged. I don't know if this is the same comic. Looks the same. The sex session of a slave and 7 mistresses appeared to interpret animalistic desires of the man. It's the same comic. That's good. I thought the pages were a different comic then. This is weird. Why is it gone kinky? With dripping hot wax, you won't hear screams, but sounds of pleasure from this ecstasy. Okay, I'm not describing that. As these naughty girls watched Billy and Rebecca, couldn't seem to pry their eyes from the scene either. Billy, let's go. Wait, my head hurts to think. Rebecca, worry, why is he touching her up? Your wound from that zombie panther. One of it's poisoned. How about? Aye, then Billy acts on primal needs. Suck the toxins out for you. Rip. Yep, there's some clickbait there. Intoxicated by this amorphous fog, can't say a word, Billy would lose himself to his lust. What's next for Rebecca? Will she surrender to this assault, or resist until the end? This castle proved to be quite mysterious and laden with traps and monsters, but the question remains, who actually built it? The first institution that Billy and Rebecca passed, the Footprint Reflection Zone. It is the first of many the castle's unique architecture. Death Castle. Construction of this ancient castle was built to resemble the layout of the human body, where its appearance can be recognized from a high-altitude view, where certain sections match different parts. You make like a human castle, pretty much. Billy and Rebecca are currently occupying this genital area, where it's of little surprise the two encounter a loo trap. Is that supposed to be a man? Yeah. In the heart of the Arkley Forest, there lies the mysterious Castle of Death. What secrets lie behind its walls? Which ones will Billy uncover, and what will he do when his identity is truly revealed? Find out these more in the next issue and the next video.